You walk into a room and immediately scan it for danger. Not physical danger, emotional danger. You're calculating who might judge you, who might notice that thing you're insecure about, who might be silently cataloging your flaws. You adjust your posture. You second-guess your outfit. You rehearse what you're going to say before you say it, editing out anything that might sound stupid, arrogant, or wrong. And underneath all of that hypervigilance, underneath all of that self-monitoring, there's a voice, a familiar voice, a voice that sounds suspiciously like your mother's, but it's been inside your head for so long you can't tell where she ends and you begin. Your hair looks terrible like that. Everyone can tell you have no idea what you're doing. You're making a fool of yourself. Who do you think you are? This isn't anxiety. This isn't low self-esteem. This isn't just being hard on yourself. This is the specific psychological architecture that gets built when you're raised by a critical mother. And it doesn't just affect how you feel about yourself, it affects everything. Your relationships, your career, your capacity for joy, your ability to exist in the world without constant, crushing self-consciousness. Here's what daughters of critical mothers struggle with most, the thing that underlies all the other symptoms, the core wound that shapes everything else. You cannot internalize your own worth. No matter what you achieve, no matter how many people tell you you're talented, attractive, successful, worthy, no matter how much external evidence exists that you're okay, you cannot believe it. You cannot hold it. You cannot make it stick. Because the first voice that defined you was her voice, and her voice told you that you were always somehow wrong, always falling short, always one adjustment away from being acceptable. And that voice became your voice. It became your internal reality. It became the lens through which you see yourself and the world. Today, we're going to dismantle that voice. We're going to trace it back to its origin. We're going to understand exactly what a critical mother does to a daughter's developing sense of self. And most importantly, we're going to talk about how to start believing in your own worth, not just intellectually, but in your bones. This is going to hurt because recognition means acknowledging that the person who was supposed to be your biggest champion was actually your harshest critic, and that the damage from those criticisms is still running your life. But it's also going to be the beginning of freedom because you can't change what you can't see, and today you're finally going to see it clearly. Section 1. What critical mothering looks like. Let's start by getting specific about what we mean by critical mother, because there are different flavors of this and recognizing yours matters. The overt critic. This mother doesn't hide her disappointment. She points out flaws directly, consistently, sometimes under the guise of helping you improve. Those jeans make you look heavy. You're really going to wear that much makeup? I'm just being honest, that haircut doesn't suit your face shape. If you studied harder, maybe you'd actually be good at math. She criticizes your appearance, your choices, your personality, your abilities. Nothing is quite good enough. Every compliment comes with a qualifier. Every achievement is met with, but you could have. The message is clear and constant. You are fundamentally flawed, and I'm doing you a favor by pointing it out. The covert critic. This mother is more subtle, but no less damaging. She criticizes through implication, comparison, and backhanded compliments. Oh, you're wearing that. How interesting. Your sister never had trouble making friends. I would never have the confidence to wear something like that. It's great that you're happy with your job, even if it's not what I imagined for you. She sighs, she raises her eyebrows, she makes comments that sound innocent but land like knives. You can feel her judgment even when she's not saying anything. The message is the same, just wrapped in plausible deniability. You're disappointing me, but I'm too polite to say it directly. The perfectionist mother. This mother sets impossible standards and measures your worth by how closely you meet them. She's not satisfied with good, she demands exceptional. And even exceptional isn't quite enough. An A-? What happened? Second place is just first loser. If you're going to do something, do it right or don't do it at all. I don't understand why you can't just try harder. She communicates that your value is tied to performance, that love is earned through achievement, that who you are isn't nearly as important as what you accomplish. The message is, you are only as good as your last success, and your last success is never good enough. The competitive mother. This mother can't handle your success, your beauty, your youth, your potential. She needs to be the star, so she diminishes you to maintain her position. You think you look good now, you should have seen me at your age. Must be nice to have all these opportunities I never had. You're getting a little full of yourself, aren't you? I could have done that if I'd had your advantages. She competes with you instead of championing you. Your light threatens hers, so she finds ways to dim it. The message is, you need to stay small so I can stay big. Which type was your mother? Maybe she was a combination. Maybe she shifted between styles depending on her mood, making you hyper-vigilant about which version you'd get. But regardless of the specific flavor, the impact is the same. You internalized her criticism. It became your inner voice. And now you do to yourself what she did to you, constantly, relentlessly, automatically. Section 2. The core struggle. Why you can't internalize your worth. Here's the specific mechanism by which critical mothering destroys your ability to believe in your own worth. The original template. Your mother was your first mirror, the first person who was supposed to reflect back to you who you are. And what she reflected back wasn't, "You're inherently valuable," it was, "You're inherently flawed." Every criticism, every disappointed sigh, every comparison to someone better, these became the building blocks of your self-concept. Your developing brain didn't think, "She's being unreasonable. This is her issue." Your developing brain thought, "She must be right. There must be something wrong with me." And that became your foundation. Not, "I'm worthy and sometimes I make mistakes," but "I'm fundamentally flawed and I need to constantly work to become acceptable." The impossibility of satisfaction. Here's what happens when you achieve something now as an adult. Someone compliments you, and instead of feeling good, you immediately think, "They're just being nice. They don't really mean it. If they knew the real me, they wouldn't say that." You succeed at something, and instead of celebrating, you think, "It wasn't that impressive. Other people could have done it better. I just got lucky." You look in the mirror on a good day, and instead of feeling attractive, you immediately find the flaw. "But my nose, but my skin, but I'm still not as pretty as..." External validation cannot penetrate the wall of internal criticism, because the critical voice inside you, her voice, is louder, more persistent, more believable than any external voice could ever be. You've been programmed to reject positive feedback and accept negative feedback as truth. So even when the world tells you you're okay, you can't hold it, can't believe it, can't let it in. The performance trap. You learned that your worth was conditional, that you had to earn approval through performance, achievement, perfection. So now you're trapped in an endless cycle of striving, achieving something, feeling empty, and immediately looking for the next mountain to climb. Because if your worth is tied to performance, you can never rest, you can never just be, you have to constantly do, achieve, prove. But here's the cruel irony. No amount of achievement fills the hole, because the hole isn't about lacking accomplishments, it's about lacking the internal knowing that you're inherently valuable. You could win a Nobel Prize and you'd still feel like an imposter, because the wound isn't about what you've done, it's about who you believe you are at your core. The comparison compulsion. She compared you constantly, your siblings, your cousins, your classmates, other people's daughters, always finding someone who did it better, looked better, was better. So now you can't stop comparing yourself. Every room you walk into becomes a competition you didn't sign up for. You're constantly measuring yourself against others and coming up short. Someone is prettier, someone is smarter, someone is more successful, someone has their life together in ways you don't. And every comparison confirms what she taught you. You're not enough, you're falling behind, you're fundamentally less than. This isn't about healthy ambition or using others as inspiration. This is about using comparison as a weapon against yourself, just like she did. The approval addiction. Because her approval was so conditional and so scarce, you became addicted to seeking it, and now you're still seeking it from everyone. You need people to like you. You need validation. You need reassurance. You need external confirmation that you're okay because you have no internal sense of it. So you perform, you people please, you shape shift to be whoever you think others want you to be. Because being yourself, your authentic, unedited self, feels too risky. What if they criticize you like she did? What if they're disappointed? What if they confirm what you already fear about yourself? Place your hand on your chest right now. Feel your heartbeat. That physical response, that's your body recognizing itself in this pattern. Section 3. How this plays out in your adult life. Let's get brutally specific about how this core struggle manifests in your daily life, because recognition is the first step toward change. You sabotage your success. Right when you're about to achieve something significant, you find a way to undermine it. You procrastinate on the final steps. You pick a fight with someone important. You make a careless mistake that ruins months of work. Why? Because success means visibility, and visibility means being judged, and being judged triggers every wound from her criticism. It feels safer to fail privately than to succeed publicly and risk the criticism you are convinced will come. Better to confirm your own unworthiness quietly than to have the world confirm it loudly. You can't accept compliments. Someone says something nice about you and you deflect. Oh, this old thing. I just got lucky. It was nothing really. You think you're being humble. You're actually reinforcing the belief that you don't deserve praise, that positive feedback must be wrong, that your inner critic, her voice, is more accurate than external validation. Over time, this trains people to stop complimenting you, and then you use that as evidence that you were right all along. You're not actually worthy of praise. You're paralyzed by perfectionism. You can't start things because you can't do them perfectly. You can't finish things because they're not perfect yet. You can't share things because they might be criticized. Perfectionism isn't about excellence, it's about fear. It's about using impossibly high standards to protect yourself from the judgment you've learned to expect. If it's never perfect, you never have to face potential criticism. You never have to risk being told you're not good enough, because you're already telling yourself that preemptively. You choose people who criticize you. Here's the pattern you probably recognize. You're drawn to partners, friends, or bosses who are critical, demanding, impossible to please. Why? Because that dynamic feels familiar. Your nervous system was wired in an environment of criticism and conditional approval. So when someone is actually accepting, actually supportive, actually unconditionally positive, it feels wrong, suspicious, like a trap. The intermittent reinforcement of critical people, where approval is rare and therefore precious, that matches your template. That feels like love to your wounded nervous system. You can't trust your own judgment. You second-guess everything. You need to consult others before making decisions. You can't trust your own instincts, preferences, or perceptions. Because she trained you that your judgment was wrong, that your preferences didn't matter, that her view of reality was more accurate than yours. So now you look outside yourself for answers that can only come from within, and you wonder why you feel so lost, so untethered, so unsure of who you are. You live in constant fear of being found out. Imposter syndrome isn't just a cute quirk, it's a deep-seated terror that people will discover you're not actually good, smart, capable, or worthy, that you've been fooling everyone, and soon they'll see the truth. This is her voice. This is what she taught you about yourself, and you've been living in fear of the world confirming what she told you, that you're fundamentally inadequate. There's something particularly insidious about mother-daughter criticism that we need to address. Because when your mother is your same gender, the wounding has specific dimensions. She's supposed to teach you how to be a woman. Your mother is your first model for what it means to be female. She's supposed to show you that women can be powerful, valuable, worthy, not despite being women, but as women. But if she criticized you for the very things that make you female, your body, your emotions, your relationships, your choices, you learn that being a woman is fundamentally problematic. You learn that female bodies are always too much or not enough, that female emotions are inconvenient, that female ambitions are threatening, that female existence requires constant apology and adjustment. The body becomes a battlefield. Mothers who criticize their daughters often focus intensely on physical appearance, your weight, your skin, your hair, your clothes, your makeup or lack thereof. This wasn't just about how you looked. It was about control, about her projecting her own insecurities, about her needing you to be a certain way to reflect well on her. But you internalized it as, my body is wrong, my appearance is a problem I need to solve, I will never be pretty enough, thin enough, put together enough. Now you can't look in the mirror without criticism, can't get dressed without anxiety, can't exist in a body without shame, because she taught you that your body was something to apologize for. Competition instead of collaboration. Mother-daughter relationships should be about mentorship, about one woman helping another woman navigate the world. But critical mothers often compete with their daughters. They can't celebrate your youth, your beauty, your potential, your opportunities, because your gains feel like their losses. Your light feels like it dims theirs. So instead of having an ally in navigating womanhood, you had a competitor, someone who needed you to stay small so she could stay big. And you learned women are threats. Female success is a zero-sum game. There's not enough worth to go around, so you have to fight for scraps. The legacy of female pain. Here's the hardest truth. Your mother was likely criticized by her mother, and her mother was criticized by hers. This is generational trauma, passed down through the female line like a toxic inheritance. She didn't create this wound from nothing. She inherited it, lived with it, and unconsciously transmitted it to you. She was doing to you what was done to her. This doesn't excuse the harm, but it does contextualize it, and it raises the stakes on your healing, because if you don't heal this, you'll pass it on too, to your daughter, or to the women in your life, or to yourself in increasingly damaging ways. Stop everything for just a moment. If you're seeing yourself in this, if that voice in your head is getting louder trying to convince you this doesn't apply to you, or you're exaggerating, I want you to leave a comment with one word: worthy. Not because you believe it yet, but because it's the truth you're working toward, the truth that her criticism tried to steal from you, the truth that you are inherently, fundamentally, unconditionally worthy. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This community is for daughters who are done living under the weight of their mother's criticisms, who are ready to build something different. And hit that like button. It helps this reach other women who need to hear that their mother's voice isn't truth, it's trauma. Now, let's talk about what makes this so hard to heal. Section 5. Why this wound is so persistent. You might be wondering, I'm an adult now. I've moved out, I have my own life. Why does her criticism still have so much power? Here are the specific reasons this wound persists. The voice is internalized. She's not just outside of you, she's inside of you. You've internalized her critical voice so completely that you don't even need her anymore to feel inadequate. You do it to yourself. Every morning you look in the mirror and find the flaw. Every achievement you minimize. Every mistake you catastrophize. You're running her program automatically, unconsciously, constantly. And because it's your own voice now, it feels like truth. It feels like reality. It feels like your own accurate assessment rather than her installed malware. You're loyal to her reality. Here's something uncomfortable. Part of you is loyal to her version of you, because accepting that you're actually worthy means accepting that she was wrong, and accepting that she was wrong feels like betrayal. If you're not the flawed daughter she said you were, then she was the flawed mother, and you can't quite allow yourself to see that clearly. Not yet, maybe not ever. So you stay loyal to her assessment of you. You keep yourself small to maintain the relationship. You confirm her criticisms to avoid the grief of acknowledging she failed you. The criticism feels like connection. This is the most painful part. Her criticism was still attention, still engagement, still her noticing you, even if what she noticed was your flaws. And on some level, you learn to prefer critical attention over no attention. You learn that being criticized meant being seen, even if being seen hurt. So now you're drawn to critical people because criticism feels like connection. And when people are actually kind, actually accepting, it feels like indifference, like they don't care enough to point out your flaws. This is trauma logic, and it's keeping you trapped. You don't know who you are without it. If you're not the flawed person constantly working to improve, who are you? If you're not performing for approval, what's your purpose? If you're not comparing yourself to others and coming up short, how do you know where you stand? Your identity has been built around being inadequate and striving for adequacy. Letting that go feels like losing yourself, like floating in space with no anchor. So you cling to the criticism because at least it's familiar, at least you know how to navigate that pain. The unknown of self-acceptance feels more terrifying than the known hell of self-criticism. She might still be doing it. And of course, if you're still in contact with her, she might still be criticizing you. Every phone call, every visit, every family gathering, it reactivates the wound. You think you've healed some, then she makes one comment about your weight, your career, your parenting, your choices, and you're right back to being the inadequate daughter, desperate for approval you'll never receive. You can't heal in proximity to the source of the wound unless you have extremely strong boundaries, and if you're reading this, you probably don't, yet. Section 6. What healing actually requires. So how do you heal this? How do you start to internalize your own worth when the voice telling you you're not worthy has been running for decades? Step 1. Recognize her voice as her voice. The critical voice in your head isn't your truth. It's her voice. It's her unhealed wounds. It's her projections. It's her limitations. Start labeling it. When that voice says you're not good enough, pause. Say, that's my mother's voice. That's not my truth. This creates separation, creates distance, creates the beginning of recognizing that her assessment of you was never accurate. It was just her damage looking for a place to land. Step 2. Grieve the mother you needed. You needed a mother who celebrated you, who told you that you were inherently valuable, who saw your worth without you having to earn it through perfection. You didn't get that, and that loss is worth grieving. Don't bypass this grief. Don't minimize it. Don't tell yourself you should be over it by now. Just grieve. Cry for the daughter who needed unconditional acceptance and got conditional criticism instead. Step 3. Start building evidence of your worth. Your brain has decades of evidence that you're not enough. You need to start deliberately building evidence of the opposite. Keep a document. Every day, write down one thing you did well, one moment where you were kind to yourself, one piece of external validation you allowed yourself to receive. This feels silly. Do it anyway. You're building new neural pathways, teaching your brain to notice evidence that contradicts her narrative. Step 4. Learn to tolerate self-compassion. When you make a mistake, your default is self-attack. You need to learn a different response, self-compassion. I made a mistake. That's human. I'm learning. It's okay. This will feel wrong, weak, indulgent, like you're letting yourself off the hook. That's her voice talking. Real strength isn't self-flagellation. Real strength is treating yourself with the kindness you'd offer someone you love. Step 5. Set boundaries with her or leave. If she's still in your life and still criticizing you, you have two options: set boundaries or create distance. Boundaries might sound like, I won't discuss my weight with you. If you criticize my parenting, this conversation is over. I'm not available for comments about my appearance. She won't respect these boundaries gracefully. She'll push back, test them, try to guilt you into dropping them. That's not evidence that your boundaries are wrong. That's evidence that they're necessary. And for some of you, boundaries won't be enough. You might need significant distance or no contact, and that's valid. Protecting yourself isn't cruelty, it's survival. Step 6. Find people who see your worth. You can't heal this alone. You need people who can see you accurately, who can reflect back your worth without criticism, without conditions, without comparisons. This might be a therapist, a support group, friends who are further along in their healing, a partner who is securely attached and capable of unconditional positive regard. You need corrective emotional experiences. You need to learn through repeated encounters that your worth isn't conditional, that you can be seen fully and still be loved. Step 7. Become the mother to yourself that you needed. You needed a mother who validated you, who celebrated you, who told you that you were enough exactly as you are. You can give that to yourself now. You can speak to yourself the way she should have spoken to you. I'm proud of you. You're doing your best. You are inherently valuable. You don't have to earn my love. This is reparenting, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have for healing this wound. What changes when you heal? What does life look like on the other side of this healing work? Let me paint you a picture. You stop performing. You can just exist, just be, without constantly monitoring yourself for flaws, without adjusting yourself to meet some imagined standard, without performing for an audience of critics. You wear what you want. You pursue what interests you. You express yourself authentically, not because you're sure it'll be accepted, but because you've decided your authentic expression matters more than others' approval. You can receive praise. Someone compliments you, and you just say thank you. You let it land. You let it feel good. You don't deflect or minimize or immediately point out your flaws. You can hold positive feedback alongside an honest understanding of your limitations. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy of acknowledgement. You trust your own judgment. You can make decisions without consulting everyone. You can trust your instincts. You can have preferences and honor them without needing external validation that they're right. You've developed an internal compass, and while you still value input from others, you're no longer dependent on it to know what's true for you. You choose different people. You're no longer drawn to critical people. In fact, you can spot them early and choose not to engage. You seek out people who are kind, supportive, capable of seeing your worth. And when people are actually available, actually accepting, it no longer feels threatening. It feels like what you deserve. you can see her clearly. You can hold the complexity. She's your mother and she wounded you. She probably loved you and she definitely hurt you. She did her best and her best wasn't enough. You don't need to hate her to protect yourself. You don't need to pretend she was perfect to maintain the relationship. You can see her as a flawed human who caused real damage, and you can make conscious choices about what kind of relationship, if any, serves your well-being. You believe in your worth, not just intellectually, in your body, in your bones. You know, really know, that you're inherently valuable, that you don't have to earn your right to exist, that you're enough exactly as you are. Some days you'll still struggle with this. The old voice will still pipe up occasionally, but it no longer runs your life. It's just noise you can recognize and dismiss rather than truth you have to obey. Here's what I need you to hear as we close. Your mother's criticism was never about you. It was about her unhealed wounds, her insecurities, her inability to see clearly, her projection of her own self-hatred onto you. You were just a child, a developing person who needed to be told you were inherently valuable, and instead you were told you were inherently flawed. That was wrong. That was damaging. And the fact that she probably didn't mean to hurt you doesn't change the fact that she did. But here's the other truth. Her assessment of you was never accurate. You are not the flawed person she said you were. You are not too much and not enough all at once. You are not fundamentally wrong. You are a human being with inherent worth. Your value doesn't fluctuate based on your achievements, your appearance, your performance, or anyone's opinion of you, including hers. You are worthy. You always were. You always will be. And the work now is to start believing that. Not just knowing it cognitively, but feeling it, living from it, making decisions based on it. This is hard work, painful work. There will be days when you backslide into the old patterns, days when her voice is louder than your own, days when you wonder if you'll ever be free of this. But you will be. Not perfectly, not completely, but substantially. Enough that your life is different. Enough that you can breathe. Enough that you can exist in the world without constant crushing criticism. The daughter inside you who needed to hear "you're enough," she's still there, still waiting, and you can finally give her what she always deserved. Tell her now, out loud if you can, you are enough. You always were. I see you. I value you. You are worthy of love exactly as you are. She needs to hear it from you because you're the only one who can finally give her what your mother couldn't. Final call to action. If this spoke to something deep inside you, drop that word one more time. Worthy. Let it be your truth. Let it be your declaration of independence from her criticism. Let it be the beginning of believing in your own value. Share this with another daughter of a critical mother, someone who's been carrying this wound in silence, someone who deserves to know they're not defective, they're damaged by someone else's limitations. Subscribe to this channel. We're building a space where women can heal from maternal wounds, where we name the damage, where we do the work, where we finally claim our worth. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being brave enough to see this wound clearly. You are worthy, not because you achieved something, not because you're perfect, not because you earned it, because you exist, and existence is enough. Now go live like you believe it.